Hi, and welcome to a quick tutorial on how to use LexisNexis Community Crime Map. You'll see that when I open the map, communitycrimemap.com, it's actually centered on my house, and it gives me an idea of what's going on in my area. Another way for you to search where you're at is to enter a city address or coordinates. If you have Google coordinates or map coordinates, you can also enter those in here. You also want to pay attention to this filter, and I'll show you why. This will show the last month, this date range, but normally what I'd like to do is I like to go back to the previous summer, beginning of summer, because summer is when crime tends to go up. So I'll change this scope here. I'm also going to select all and deselect all other non-criminal. So I really just want to see criminal. I want to take out traffic incidents because they're not as important as what kind of crime goes on in an area. And then I apply that. It takes a couple minutes. Now you'll notice that in Glendale, Peoria, and parts of southern part in Waddell and Buckeye, we don't get a very good read on the map regarding crime because they don't report to LexisNexis. So what we can do is we can always look at Neighborhood Scout, or we can go to the police department for that city, and on their crime analysis they will give you the link to wherever their crime is reported. We do see some parts of Buckeye are included in this, and Goodyear, but this main stretch here in Litchfield Park, not so much. They don't really report. I want to zoom in on Goodyear, and what I want to do specifically, you'll notice as I zoom in, we actually get an explosion of those dots. Now remember, this is over like 9 months worth of data. So if we wanted again to reduce this down and just see the previous month, like LexisNexis tends to show us the previous quarter, I can do that and apply it from January of 2024. Now it looks like a lot of crime in here. What you want to focus on are numbers. If we see a number 7, then we note that 7 items are on this one pinned area. If we see a 2, then we see there's fewer. And we can zoom in a little bit more, and we can find that over the course of this period, there's really not a lot of crime. It might look like a lot, but over the course of 3 months, with millions of people living in Phoenix, we see that crime is not that bad. And another way to do this, just to give you a visual representation, is I'll zoom out a little bit, I'll go back to filter, and I'll go to analytic layer, and I'll click the density map. And once I click the density map and apply it, it's going to give us a heat map of where crime is hottest. So now we see over here in historic Goodyear, downtown Goodyear, we see a little bit more green. And as we move to green, then yellow, then red, that shows how much more that crime is focused around those areas. Whereas over here on the east side near Coldwater Springs, we don't find as much. We find it's relatively peaceful in here. There's always going to be crime no matter where people live, but we want to look at the density of crime to avoid living in these hot spots. Another thing to think about is when you're near a residential section, you're going to find more property crimes. So if we wanted to simply filter out the property crimes, we can do that just through deselecting some of these items on here, like shoplifting, trespassing. As we go through, we want to keep a lot of these civil court violation. We're going to take out, we're going to leave burglary because that's actually someone breaking into a house and that's not good. Robbery, that's theft by use of force on an individual. Disorderly conduct may not be as important, so we'll take that out as well. And then again, citation, summons, driving under the influence. These are not violent crimes. Those are what we should be more concerned about. So I'll hit apply one more time. And you'll see that we even have fewer. I mean, it's really sort of calm in this area here, Glenhurst, the Coldwater Springs area. Whereas on this side, on Goodyear, now remember, again, you're going to have a little bit more commercial down here in historic Goodyear because they have shops that go on. And you can see right along this pathway here on Buckeye Road, that's another one to be concerned about. So it gives you an idea of where you want to live, how you want to avoid, possible problems in the area. If you have any questions, please give me a call.